Hi there. I'm Haruna and Trumah here to present to you my end of semester statistics report on the topic Government Educational Policies Impact on Persons' Ability to Address Their Fundamental Basic Needs, with the secondary data collected from Afrobarometer Round 7. I am a student in Ashesi University studying Business Administration. I will take you through the introduction, where I will dive into the method used in the study and move into the results of the fund and finally discuss the outcome of the study. This topic has been supported by various research done by other prominent researchers. In the year 2020, Gidisi, Owusu-Sechere, and Ugudiji performed the research where the study articulated that low-income households benefited much in the government's social welfare programs than middle-income households. Reconstruction and development programs benefit low-income households more than middle-income households. Significantly, government support programs such as the Reconstruction and Development Programs, social grants, government subsidy houses positively impact the welfare of households in the low and middle income classes. Moreover, in 2019, Heron also performed the research where the findings indicated that the HIPIC initiative helped solve the economic performance of African countries. However, the initiative did not cause economic growth for the benefited countries. It is again revealed that education initiative is a key factor to the development of households and the general economy. And lastly, a champion in 2009 undertook research, and according to the findings, Ghana is one of the African countries that has done a good job of implementing educational programs. Education reforms in Ghana, however, such as free and compulsory universal basic education, have fallen short of expectations. One regret is that its recommendation did not go far enough to mitigate the opportunity cost of learning for the present families by eliminating all types of fees and drastically lowering the indirect expenses of attending school. As a result, an aggressive approach of adopting such policies to have an influence on Ghanaians' life was recommended. Having gone through all the preliminary study, it has therefore helped to investigate the question, how is Ghana's socio-economic performance enhancing the standard of living of its citizens? To ascertain whether the socio-economic performance of a country like Ghana influences the living standard of its citizens. In studying the research question, I wish to establish whether there is an association between government educational programs and individuals' ability to get basic necessities in the country. In performing the study, we used a secondary data conducted by Afrobarometer from 34 countries with a sample size of 45,823. It was further subset to only Ghana. A sample size of 527 was used to perform the study that established the association between government addressing educational needs and respondents' perceptions about their ability to access basic necessities. Afrobarometer used random sampling to select the respondents. In establishing the relationship of the variables in the association, Ghanaians' perception about the government educational program was measured by the question, how well or badly will you say the current government is handling the following matters, or haven't you heard enough to say addressing educational needs? Response category included very badly, very well, and very well, and was further collapsed into bad and well. Access to basic necessities was also measured by the question, when you say you went without basic necessities, for how long would you say this occurred? Response category included about once every 2 or 3 months, about once a month, 2 or 3 times a month, about once a week, several times a week, and every day, and was further collapsed into a month, a week, and every day. R and R Stadium were used to analyze that ascertain the relationship that exists between the association and the study. Since the data I use is categorical, chi-square test of independence was used to test the associations between perceptions about government educational programs and respondents' perceptions about their ability to access their basic necessities in the country. In doing the chi-square test, under a significant level of 0.05, the null hypothesis states that there is no relationship between government educational programs and individuals' ability to get basic necessities. Therefore, they are independent. The alternative hypothesis states there is a relationship between government educational programs and individuals' ability to get basic necessities. Therefore, they are dependent. After performing the chi-square test on the 0.05 significant level, he gives a square of 11.057, degree of freedom of 2, and a p-value of 0.003973. Placing the p-value on the 95% confidence level diagram, it realizes that it lies outside the 95% confidence, which shows that the data is statistically significant since the p-value is small. That is, p-value is less than 0.05. In other words, the data provide enough evidence to reject the claim that there is no relationship between government educational programs and individuals' ability to get basic necessities. Therefore, we can conclude that there is a relationship between government educational programs and individuals' ability to get basic necessities. In Ghana, a type 1 error could have been made. That is, there is a 5% chance that there could be no relationship between government education programs and individuals' ability to get basic necessities. Furthermore, it is noticed that respondents who have their perception that government is addressing the educational needs of the country well, majority of them, that is about 60%, get access to the basic needs within a week, followed by about 20% of them accessing their basic needs within a month, and 10% of them every day. However, it realized that about 20% of those who said the government is not addressing the educational needs will get access to their basic needs within a week. The findings show a statistically significant difference in the proportion of Ghanaians who have access to basic necessities compared to government educational programs. Individual capacity to get basic requirements may be determined by how they see government educational programs. In practice, it is realized from the study that most Ghanaians who believe the government is doing a good job in administering educational initiatives have weekly access to their basic necessities. This employs government and other policymakers to guarantee that appropriate educational programs are implemented because such policies may have a direct impact on people's living standards, shown by the study. However, it is difficult to ascertain whether educational level of the respondents also influence their perceptions about the connection between their living standard of living and the government educational initiative implemented by the government. More studying might be done to see whether government educational initiatives affect people's living standard in proportion of their educational level.